All right, what is up, everyone? Very good weekend. It's a fantastic month so far. Crazy gains for practically everybody. Like, literally, if you were blind and if you threw a dart at a board, figuratively speaking, you would be making quite a nice chunk of change. And this market has been very generous so far. You have BTC correcting, going back and forth, literally whipsawing between the 35,000 mark to the 35 to the $39,000 mark, and altcoins are popping off left, right, and center. So guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome. This is Ryan here, and you are watching Crypto Grinders. So today, I just kind of want to cover the aspects of everybody is a genius in a bull market, right? Everybody seems to be making money very easily, especially right now, thinking that they cannot lose. So I'm gonna kind of share a little bit about what has happened, why everything is happening the way it is, and also, trying to help folks to at least make sense of the market. So guys, let's allow the stream to populate a little bit more. And I think everybody's really happy. So I think when everyone's really happy, there's something called euphoria. So it kind of it kind of clouds your better judgment. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just say if you are going to a bar, really great music, really nice atmosphere, a great bunch of friends. You start drinking a little bit of one or two. You start getting a little bit tipsy, and at the same time, your emotions, right, are very different from if you were sober, like completely without any alcohol in your system. So that triggers your body to react in a certain way, right? And when you react, so this reaction can be either one of two things, and it's always emotional. One, you become extremely confident. Some people are extremely hysterical, aesthetic, very talkative suddenly, and then there's the other aspect where you suddenly become very introverted, very quiet, very emotional to the point where you're sad. You're very sensitive. You start crying and stuff like that. So it's pretty much the same thing, right? When I'm trading, or I'm actually observing my group, there are folks who have never seen the amount of money they have made, right, in such a short period of time. Like, we're talking about double to triple their account in the matter of the past year, to even being able and having the ability to, of course, if they come in with a decent amount of capital, right, they tend to be able to do 20x 50 sorry 20 to 50, but not 50x, sorry, 20 to 50% returns in a very short period of time, right? So suddenly they see all these gains, right, so quickly. They get they that emotion will trigger, that greed will suddenly trigger, like, why am I working with such a small amount of capital? What if I put in 2 times more, 3 times more? Now, totally fine with adding your account to build up that stack, right? Having more capital to work with is always better. Now, here's where it becomes a problem. Okay, so when people bring in more money into the market, which is very normal, right? Everybody starts off like a virgin. Okay, everybody starts, I'm not gonna be putting in more than this. I don't know anything. I'm definitely going to be putting in a very conservative amount. So okay, so everyone else starts the same. It's very adorable. Okay, then of course there'll be the other aspect where I've got a lot of cash. Okay, I've got a lot of cash sitting around, Ryan. This 100,000, 200,000 it's fine, totally fine. I can afford to lose it all. Okay, so you have also the other aspect of that clientele as well. Okay, so let's say we go with scenario one, the conservative. So the conservative will come in with a obviously a stack size of anywhere from 5 to 10,000, and they will start off very very cautiously, right? They are the ones that will start off with $200, $500, which is totally fine, because when you start off smaller, you get to see the volatility. You get to experience how quickly you can make or lose money in this market. Okay, then on the flip side, the ones that come in with the $200,000 stack size, they are trading with perhaps 1,000, 2,000, even 5,000, right? Always willing to put in 10% of the stack to 20% of the stack in a particular trade, one trade. So right now, right, to be frank, no one's losing money. Like no one's losing money, guys. Like if you're losing money, means that you're trying very hard to short the market in the interim. That's the only way you're losing money, okay? Like hands down, if you lose money because, well, you're obviously trying to short the market, right? It's very simple. So if you're not, okay, and you're really looking at it from a long only approach, buying on the dips, you should be fine. Okay, now the concern that I have is usually as we build up the account, so does our confidence. So back to the euphoria thing. So we build our confidence. And as we build our confidence, we tend to put more and more and more. It's very normal. Nothing wrong with putting in more money into the market. But however, I think a lot of people are not aware, or at least they are not familiar with, at least from a technical standpoint to the fundamental standpoint, and controlling their own emotion when it comes to trading, right? So this goes for not knowing how to build, for example, strong in the money positions, and at the same time they are not willing to take profit when they should, right? Because suddenly they see their account, right, their crypto account start growing. They're like, oh my goodness, this is just such a fantastic feeling. Like every day, every morning when they wake up, the value keeps going up pretty exponentially, or perhaps steadily, depending on what you're in. And that suddenly turns them off, right? That turns them on. Like, wow, I am now making so much more money than leaving my money in the bank. And at the same time, or whatever asset that I'm having right now is just fantastic. It's just having such crazy growth. And from then they will say, you know what, I just started, right? I just started the account. I don't really need the money. My job, I have job security. Everything's currently well taken care of. I don't see the need to take profit from these positions. Okay? And then BAM! The market just comes down and we are all in a loss, for example, right? So this is kind of like the scenario that a lot of people will experience. If they had stuck to a very strong and disciplined strategy of making sure that their trade position is not overexposing and jeopardizing the overall capital, they will have more bullets to work with, okay? Or at least whatever is the remainder of their stack, which is usually should be more, to work with the market situation when it changes, okay? And that's being logical, that's being disciplined, that's also having the experience to know what to do. Because a lot of folks right now, I can guarantee they don't have the experience, because right now they feel completely aesthetic. They don't want to listen to any other stuff, because right now they're making a shit ton of money. And it's fine, right? It's understandable. We're all human. We sometimes don't experience this kind of thing. It's just like winning the lottery, guys. If you suddenly won the lottery, you've been making, an average salary all the time, making maybe anywhere from 50 to 100 grand every year, you're making ends meet, and then suddenly you win the lottery. You're an instant millionaire. You wouldn't know what to do. I guarantee you do not know what to do. Okay? Like that's the truth. That's how it feels like, right? There are certain people who have made a fortune in crypto literally overnight. And a lot of these people, without the right financial savvy or savviness, will give this money back one way or another, either through spending, through gambling, whatever vices, right, they like, or literally they just will make poor financial decisions when a financial advisor approaches them. That is the truth, right? So I think this channel serves its purpose still, even though after this is the 5th year running, it serves its purpose. So right now I'm just gonna kind of put everything and kind of make some sense, and hopefully this little video with the small viewership that it has, of course I'm always appreciative, will start to listen, right? So sorry for the initial longer than usual introduction, but I think it's better to help people, frame people in the right frame it right correctly, and then we can go into the episode with the right mindset. Okay, so guys, I would say that everything is going parabolic, and of course high can go higher. There's practically nothing stopping this market except for BTC taking a huge shit. Okay, when BTC finally decides to take a huge shit, and I'm going to the charts right now, so that's what everybody is probably waiting for. And it for now everyone looks so bullish on BTC, like BTC is going to 50,000. I'm looking at this chat right now on TradingView, and everyone's like saying, here's 50k, here we come, man. Ethereum's gonna go to 1.5k, gonna go to 2k, like nobody's business. And I'm like, okay, this sounds familiar. This all sounds like 2017, right? Which is normal, because when you're in a bullish market, right? When you're in a bullish market, people will just continue to just keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and a lot of FUD, like for example, people are speaking about Tether, right? USDT, a lot of shit. I tell you, literally the chat, right? The chat groups are all toxic like hell, man. They're like all little fucking children and obviously they are children most of the time, right? And they're just commenting, making their own assumptions of the market. And if you are like literally stuck in that chat, right, talking shit with them, or even just lurking and reading, it really clouds your better judgment. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying arming yourself with the knowledge to know how to be well informed is very important. Because I'm okay. Let's just put it this way. I'm not someone who's against community learning. Please don't get this wrong impression, right? But I think because I've been trained to learn how to find my own information for such a long time, and this is not just about crypto, it's just about everything in the way that I do stuff, that I won't be out there. For example, right, the younger generation will be very open to asking the community about how they should do something. Okay, I guess it's also to create a social media presence, especially if you're somewhat like a celebrity, like you want to engage your audience, you want to see how they respond. It's basically like you're just putting out your whole characteristic, your personality out there, which is very dangerous when it comes to a financial decision. Okay, you would probably be able to get a consensus for making a decision on something, but you should never allow the crowd to influence your decision. Does that kind of make sense? Does that make sense, guys? Because whose money is it at the end of the day? Who has the better interest at heart for you other than yourself? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people can advise you to do a ton of shit that you shouldn't be doing, and you'd be surprised that if an inexperienced individual who doesn't know how to use social media properly, who doesn't have the experience to do things right, they would easily follow the crowd. They would easily follow the crowd, guys, because a lot of us are trained to follow. Not many of us are trained to be leaders. It's really difficult because being a leader, guys, you take on the full responsibility. It's like herd instinct like that. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if I was to ask, if let's say I'm someone who's very new to something, I'm inexperienced, I don't know anything about a certain topic, and I'm trying to get I'm trying to find some answer, right? And I don't know what's the right answer, right? I go into a forum, which is something I don't do, right? And ask questions and suddenly just try to get some answers, right? So a very healthy community will give you the most experienced and logical answers, while a community of children or immature members will give you random answers, right? Just to make fun and see whether you do it. See whether you're dumb enough to actually do something stupid, right? And that's the reality, right? That's really the reality. Like having a mature group is not easy to find, guys. Especially in crypto, there's not many, right? Because right now there's an influx. It's like a mushroom of all these groups all popping up on everywhere, from Discord to Telegram, and yeah, they're just basically riding the market. Then the moment when the whole market tanks, right, you will see everyone just disappear. It's very cute. It's very, very cute. So be careful, okay? Just try to be careful, okay? So right now I'm just gonna cover the charts a little bit on BTC, and then from there we'll go into Ethereum, and then from there we'll go to the segment that I'm actually quite bullish on and has become too bullish, which is the DeFi space. And then from then, hopefully I can also make some sense, and I'm be sharing about what I've been doing. I think that's the most important, right? What I've been doing and how I've been doing it. So that way it gives you a guideline. It's not a you must do this. It's more of like, I'm doing it, this is how I'm doing it, and at the same time you can kind of tweak it to how you like. Okay, so okay, let's go to BTC first. I guess we can use Coinbase. Okay, haha. Right, I think this last comment, wait, let me just approve it. So D Bond, like, I'm not gonna swear, but I lived through 2018. I take profit whenever I can. Good for you, my friend. Good for you. Yes, that is obviously the thing to do right now. So okay, so I think a lot of people, I think a lot of people are not aware of taking profit, right? Because they are new. They're new to the market. They just put their money in, and taking profit seems like, I'm just so early to the game. I'm just so early to the game. There's just the whole party just started. The year just started. There's no way that the end is near at the moment. I should keep piling my cash in, throwing and trying to make as much money as possible, because right now it seems like a bull market. No, okay, now the bull market is in tech. Okay, let me just give you the lowdown. Okay, when BTC is going up, and despite the fact, even if it corrects to $10,000, it's still a bull market. Okay, but what happens to every other thing? What happens to every other thing? It goes to a bear market, because the whole world doesn't recognize the altcoin space. That's the truth, guys. Like, we are in our own little world. We are in our own little. We are only a fraction of everybody, guys. We are only a fraction of everybody. The whole world only sees Bitcoin, like literally. And if Bitcoin goes down, the whole market automatically goes quiet. Because why does it go quiet? People bought in at 20,000. People bought in at 25,000. People bought in at 30,000. People bought in at 40,000. Okay? And suddenly, what happens if it drops to 20k? They lost 50% if they bought at 40k, isn't it? And so on and so forth. Right? I think that's the truth. And that's how it automatically goes quiet. It's not that the altcoin market dies, right? It's just that we are trading it, we are working on it on our own pace, right? And the volatility just becomes different, right? It becomes slower, it becomes more sluggish because, well, there's not enough volume, and at the same time, all altcoins will only float and do extremely well, right? Either from a fundamental standpoint or when markets are exactly like this. Like there's just so much free volume and free money floating around, so much liquidity floating around that the chart, as long as you're following the right theme, right, and you're choosing at least in a very systematic manner, right, you can actually get most of your picks correct because there's just so much cheap money floating around, like so much money floating around. So right now, if let's say we looked at BTC, okay, let's look at BTC right now. Okay, we're gonna switch screens and switch to BTC. Okay, so I'm gonna share with you the current situation and what it looks like. Okay, the thing is, BTC is actually creating a nice, very bullish looking symmetrical triangle. Very bullish, very well painted. I love how they paint this picture of bullishness, right? Because you know why? All technical analysis only folks, right, will only look at what it looks like now. Okay, it's very normal, especially you're very new. It looks bullish, guys. It's a symmetrical triangle. I mean, firstly, why do I say it's bullish? Higher high. Okay, so higher high period, along the whole stretch, higher high, guys. It's an uptrend. Okay, symmetrical triangle. In the end of the day, it can break either way, and everybody's hoping that it breaks continuously, keeps breaking. But the truth of the matter, at some point, it will just come down very quickly, and no one is able to stop it. It will just be a straight dumb true. Okay, how and why do I know this? Well, let's go back to the 2017 period. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. That's in 2017, guys. Wow, it looks so small. It's just like a blip in the market compared to where we are right now. But look at what happened, guys. Look at what happened. Same thing. Very nice upward trend. Right? Very nice upward trend. Symmetrical upward trend triangle. A false nice breakout on the daily on the 16th, and boom. And what do we have? 2 year bear market. 2 year bear market, right? 2 year, right? 2 year bear market. Yep. That's yeah. 2 year bear market. All the way down to 3.5. 3K to 3.5. 3 to 4K. So what is it gonna be now? What's it gonna be? It's gonna be 100K? Is it gonna be 100K, guys? Like, so no one has any common sense anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's written in history, guys. It's written in history. Now, obviously, past performance is not an indicative of future returns. But yeah, it's the truth. So it's just a matter of when will this taper off, right? Look, it could go up another leg, right? That's the thing, right? I don't want to take profit right now, Ryan. I'm making so much money. I want to fire my boss. I hate him. I have to wake up every morning and see his smug face. I want to retire, Ryan. This is it. I'm gonna leverage on my credit card. I'm in the process of taking an equity loan so that I can finally be financially free. I want to be a millionaire, Ryan. I put in too little at the beginning because I was not sure. I need to do it now. And I don't want to listen. I don't want to live with my parents anymore. This is it, man. This is it. And you load up just at the point where it decides to go down. You have all this debt, your credit card debt, the equity that you took from your loan, from your home, and you aren't able to pay. You aren't able to pay all the running liabilities that you have chalked up just trying to put your money into this market. And that's what I'm most fearful. As much as I like to be entertaining, and talk shit on my channel, I just can't. I just can't, guys. I don't know how. I want to try to be more animated. I want to be a crypto daily too and make funny, smirky comments about the market, but I just cannot. So that's the truth, and I guarantee you, I'm gonna see it. I'm gonna see people commenting on my videos. Ryan, I should have listened. I just found your channel and I should have done that. That's me, Ryan. That's me. That's what happened to me. I'm like, I know. I totally understand. I know exactly why you're gonna do it, why you did it. I understand, because we are human and we make mistakes. And sometimes the reality, folks, we're gonna pay a heavy price, and we're gonna have to pay for a very long time for the mistake that we made on impulse without being well informed. And to be frank, you have no one else to blame except yourself. Okay? You cannot blame the forum that you stepped into, because that's already like that's one of the biggest mistakes. Like, literally going into a forum, not knowing whether that forum is of a mature audience or not, experienced audience. Do they have at least the experience to do so? And then after that, you not only that, you execute on the random information that's there. And a forum can be anything, guys. Okay, so anyway, we are still on an uptrend. Sorry to go off a tangent. We are still on an uptrend. Okay, we're still on an uptrend, guys. Okay, the bull is still intact, in my opinion. Okay, the bull is still intact from a technical standpoint. But now, I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna put it out there, so that everyone understands what the heck I've been doing. Okay, so that if I can save some kind folks, I will. Okay. All right. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so there's more people now. So let's see. All right. The US president is doing a 2 trillion stimulus. The markets are going to keep pumping. Well, that is, yeah, I mean, okay, yes, look, we always, look, the US has not stopped pumping and giving cheap liquidity for ever since the whole financial crisis of the whole subprime back in 2009 to 2010, guys. The stimulus will always be there. It will always more or less be a low interest rate environment. Your dollar is just going to continue to depreciate. So is everything that's pegged to the dollar, including the Singapore dollar. Everything is just going to continue to devalue over time. Hence, I've already diversified my portfolio into all the yummy things, especially Magic the Gathering cards. I love Magic the Gathering cards. If it's one thing that I'm emotional on, is Magic the Gathering cards. You know what I mean? But in the grand scheme of things, there's only so many mistakes that you can make in Magic the Gathering. I never do the cornering of the market and buying out everything. No, I don't do that. I just buy what I need. I buy what I love to look at, and that's it. But anyway, okay. So since BTC is bullish, what does that leave us? So now please take note, I'm not trying to put out any information to I'm not even going to give any levels for entry and all that. That's all discussed in the private group, Protégé Pro, right? If you're interested, obviously, in trading, in learning about finance, yes, the Protégé Pro group is open, right? But however, if you have zero knowledge, the consultation route is the route that I would recommend, right, for folks. So this is not a marketing thing. It's just letting you know that all these services are available on my channel and of course through my channel. Okay. So what has gone crazy at the moment? Okay, so we have sushi, we have uni, we have sushi, uni, and curve, and I think Yearn Finance all doing crazy. Basically, it's a coordinated pump specifically towards the DeFi space. It's pretty obvious, right? And in my previous video, I did mention that this segment would do well, at least what I anticipated would do well first. Okay, so that's what happened. So I didn't really look too much into sushi swap, but I was very focused on Uniswap. But right now, sushi is actually outperforming Uniswap. There's some information on the Chinese news media that is stating that I think Finexis, don't quote me, I cannot find the article, as of now, but I think Finexis is voting or deciding which liquidity provider they would be using. So Finexis is actually a very large exchange or brokerage, if I remember. So they're looking at putting their money into either one of the DeFi platforms. So it's either sushi or sushi or Uniswap. Okay, so based on this, right, there has been a crazy uptick across the board. We're looking at 100% gains so far, like 100% gains in a matter of 2 weeks, guys. Like the year just began, and if you put your money either into sushi, you put your money into curve, you put your money into Uniswap, you would have doubled your money. Okay, just stating out there. So yes, those were at least Uniswap was my main position. We traded sushi swap and we traded curve. But we manage the exposure by obviously when things are looking rather toppish from a technical standpoint, we decided to get out. So that's what we've been doing. And when I say get out, guys, I literally mean get out of the position, like taking capital away from the market, leaving profits to run, and making sure and conserving that dry gunpowder in the event that we have a 2018 full-on slaughter of the altcoin space, right? Then basically you don't feel bad. So okay, so let's say BTC, right, decides to really correct. I would safely say a retracement, right, to even 20k is possible. That's the truth. Like look guys, look. Let's all be logical. Okay, let's all be logical for a second, right? And let's just use a longer term parallel channel. Okay, so I think the very first logical support level, right, at least where it'll bounce strongly, would be the 20k level. Okay, that's just where I see BTC even going, right? Because there's just so much speculative value that's right here, right now, that euphoria, that craziness, that the moment, right, there's a huge dump or a huge take profit. And take note, there are people cashing out, guys. Don't think for once that the moment institutions are coming, they're buying at this point. They're not buying at this point. They are releasing their public information that they have bought in large quantities, but I guarantee you they are not buying at this point. Okay? No smart money is buying at this point. It's all mostly retail, gamblers, speculators, trying to catch that last leg. Trying to catch as much of that last leg as possible. Okay? Those who are more having a higher risk appetite will definitely just keep buying more, right? And I could be wrong, guys, because I could look like an idiot like 2 days later and Bitcoin goes to 50,000. Great. But what are you doing along the way? So here's what we are doing along the way. We are in our altcoin positions. We are continuously taking profit gradually as the prices tick up. That's the beauty about trading, right? You can gradually release your positions as the market goes up. You don't hold every damn thing. Like if you're already up You're late to, okay, let's just put it this way. You're late to the party. Okay, you're late to the party. You're not someone who bought Bitcoin at 20K. You're not someone who bought Bitcoin at 15,000, not even at 10,000. You are a 25K buyer. You have already, okay, let's say you bought Bitcoin at 25,000. You are already up 48% in like what? Less than a month, right? Let's say less than a month, you're up 48%. Let that register for a bit. Now let's not even consider how much you put into that position. Let's say you put $1,000, you have made $480 on your $1,000. But because you put in $1,000, $480 is not satisfying, because $480 is nothing in a first world country. $480 is like what? Maybe 2 weeks of groceries. You'd be like, I'm gonna be putting in my whole house, right? This house is already in the money. I'm gonna throw my whole house right now. Doesn't matter whether Bitcoin is 40K because 37K, because everybody is saying it's going to 50. Heck, JP Morgan just mentioned, is it JP Morgan? Okay. Anyway, one of the bigger banks mentioned that it's 150,000. I throw my money in right now into Bitcoin when it's at 37,000. It goes up to 150,000. I clear off the loan that I took, and I still have plenty of spare cash just to travel the world, buy the boat that I've always wanted, buy another house. I wish it was that straightforward. It's not going to be that straightforward, guys. So right now, okay, so Bitcoin, whether is it in overbought territory, well, let's just see. Let's just see. So it's very simple, guys. Just go to RSI, man. RSI is your friend, man. RSI is your friend. Okay, so right now, Bitcoin. See, it's very interesting, guys. The moment Bitcoin decides to go down aggressively, right? It goes to the so-called technical safe region that it becomes not overbought. But look at how much it has been trending on the overbought region. And technicals don't matter at this point. I don't know. It's an oxymoron, right? Like, people will say that Bitcoin is not overbought. The moment technically it comes back down, it's safe to buy again. That's technically correct, but it's absolute bullshit fundamentally. Absolute bullshit. Like right now, if you tell me that Bitcoin is really worth 40, 50K, in reality, it's not. In fact, the volume is diminishing, right? Because as the token goes up, you would see that the volume is decreasing, but the price history per day is crazy. Okay, why do I say that? So volume, right? Volume is not going to be fantastic, okay, per day. For BTC, volume is not going to be fantastic per day. It's more of the interim price swings that are going to be pretty awesome. So traders love this. Like, traders love this kind of thing where you can make like a few percent and you leverage. Oops, did I say a dirty word, leverage? Like, you mean after I take from my credit card, which is leverage, by the way, and I get an equity loan from my home, I can still 3x the money when I'm on the platform? Like what? What? Did I hear this? I'm gonna write this down. You get, yes, and folks, let's just be smart. Let's not pretend that you don't see the elephant in the room, because it's not an elephant. It's just there. You can actually borrow up to 3 times to 10 times on Binance or Huobi. I'm not sure whether that's open on Coinbase Pro, like readily available if you take a few tests or whatever. But yeah, you can do that. Just straightforward, you can do that. Your 100 grand will be 300 grand. You can have 300 grand worth of running capital for you to work with. Yep, you can. And suddenly 1% movement becomes 3%. 3% on 100,000. That's a lot of money, guys. That's a lot of money. That's 3 grand. I can make 3 grand in a day? Like just these price swings, like 3 grand in a day, like wow. And that's what's happening, guys. Everybody's starting to sniff that drug, that leverage drug, like woo. And then when the whole market starts correcting, right, that's when you're gonna get hurt. Okay, so guys, right now, very beautiful. The chart just looks so beautiful. Like pour money, just keep pouring money into the uptrend channel. Okay, just keep pouring money into this uptrend channel. That's what everyone is doing. And let me show you like sushi. Like right now, let's just look at sushi. Then after that, we'll go into Uniswap. Look, guys, it's all the same shit. I'm gonna throw this stupid Fibonacci. It doesn't mean shit anymore, man. Fibonacci means crap at the moment. Like screw Fibonacci, man. Look, guys. Does everything look the same? Am I the only one noticing this? Like, no, right? Everyone knows that it's an uptrend, right? Like you just keep buying and keep pushing until it becomes 10, 12, 13, $14. Let's get another Link. Let's go for broke, because if Link could go from $4 to $20, I also want to make sure that my money is in when Sushi, Uniswap do exactly the same thing. Now the difference here, guys, this is the part, right, that I'm gonna share that is very important. Please pay attention. My positions were very early. My positions when no one else were looking. When no one else gave a crap about the altcoins. My positions were there. Same thing about most whales. They were accumulating throughout the bear market. You are coming in here. We are getting out gradually here. Like, to be frank, I don't care what happens right now. Like, if it drops back down and it goes to this level, I'm still in the money. The question is, are you going to be in the money? And how much leverage do you have to take in order to get to this stage? Right? That's the difference between you and me. That's a big difference, guys. Are you able to stomach, let's say if you were to go and buy anything at the moment, are you able to stomach a potential drop of 40%? 40%? Are you cool with that? Are you cool with a 50% drop? Are you cool with that? Are you cool with that? So you have to ask yourself all these questions. That's the truth. Because the moment the market dumps, it's gonna dump very aggressively. I don't care about the fundamentals behind it. I know that DeFi is gonna be very popular. I really know that it's gonna be very popular. But the truth of the matter is, how sustainable is the market? And I say that the market is not sustainable. Okay, I said it. The market is not sustainable. At some point, it's gonna correct. At some point, I am gonna be right. It's just a cycle, guys. It happens all the time. But right now, if you are having spare cash, you want to throw into the market, you want to start being smart. You can trade it, but don't put in your whole stack. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next chart to show you that everything is also very familiar. My personal position, right, is Uni, right? Uni, where's the thing? Okay, so Uniswap, I already showed you guys the last time. Everything is very transparent on my channel. I already showed you guys that I was in already in a long time ago. Okay. So let's close this and we'll go to Uniswap. Uniswap's position, my positions were all here. Where's that? Oh, sorry. Okay, so my positions were all here. Okay, and taking profit has been along here, right? And you know, people are saying that it can go parabolic. Great, there's more upside, whatever. Okay, all great. No, totally fine. Like totally fine. Like, guys, it wants to do whatever it wants to do. I can't control it. I'm not here to control the market, but I know for a fact that end up it's gonna end. I just know that end up it's gonna end. So right now, from a daily standpoint, it's already hit the 70 mark RSI. What I notice is that every parabolic cryptocurrency goes to the 80% RSI mark or even beyond, okay? Depending on how fundamentally driven the segment is. So if you look at sushi, right? Sushi actually hit 80, okay? In terms of RSI. Then you look at Curve. I think Curve is recently doing pretty well, okay? Let's see now. Let's kind of look at this. And no one's looking at BTC, man. It's like the reason why people are looking at BTC is just like, you know, we're just gonna see when Big Daddy is gonna come and beat us up, you know, when Big Daddy is gonna beat us up, like Daddy's gonna beat us. Okay, so look at Curve, guys. Okay, this is daily, daily for Curve. Okay, so it may seem very pathetic from a price standpoint, but look at where Curve is on the RSI, on the daily. It's all overheated. It's the weekend. Right, there was an interim profit taking yesterday, like just before I went to bed. So let me see, that was at 2 a.m. Probably at 2 a.m. Now it's 9 a.m. Oh no, sorry, it's not 9 a.m. here. It's 9:14. Yeah, it's 9:14 a.m. So yeah, so there's so when people see this, right? Okay, so I was having a discussion with my group, and what people see, right? What people see is that they see the price jumping, but they don't check out all these technicals. They don't, okay? They will just buy because they see for the fact that, oh, okay, it's $1. Wow. When I saw it last week, it was 50 cents. It was 60 cents. It was 70 cents. Now it's $1.20. I think I better get on this train. So when they don't look at all this stuff, right? Not even the basic technical analysis stuff. They are not looking at it. So the moment, right? That means this is completely ignored, no? From a TA standpoint, this is totally ignored. The RSI is already ignored already. That means it could even push to 100. It could even push to 100 for no reason. Because what's the logic, guys? If a human being sees $35,000 per coin, but here I can buy $1.20. If I can buy 10 cents, the likelihood of you throwing in your money into something is very high. That's the herd instinct, the organic, the brain will think, I want to own more of it. If something that is 50 cents goes to $5, that's 10x. They will think like that. It's just very straightforward thinking. There's no consideration about all this stuff, and this is just pushed out of the window. The whole RSI, the whole resistance, your whatever uptrend channel, Fibonacci will all be thrown out the window because it's all speculative already. That speculative gas, right, is just so powerful, right, that it will ignore all. And if you have the spare liquidity to put it into the market, right, you can actually benefit from this uptrend. But the problem is, I always have believed for the many years that I've been talking, right, to build very heavy in the money position. That means I only appear and make the most videos when there's a bear market. I don't like to make videos when it's a bull market because everybody looks like a genius. Everybody is claiming that they make a ton of money, but they were never around when it was the bear market. That's the difference, okay? So because I ask people to buy when it's quiet, when it's on cheap sale. I don't ask people to buy when it's already 50% up, 100% up, two times up. I don't do that kind of crap. So take note, when you are entering the market right now, you are having the highest and heaviest risk premium. Okay? You have the highest and heaviest risk premium compared to everybody else. People who are 2-3 years in the market will definitely tell you it's if they even are having the right conscience, they'll tell you right now, you can try, but you may catch a small bit of the further uptrend, but at some point that balloon is gonna pop. And when that balloon pops, make sure your very little or most of your money is out of the market. I repeat myself, when that bubble pops, make sure your majority of your money is out from the market so you don't feel so bad, because you were already told by a nice person. But the person who just tells you right now is the best time to buy crypto. It is the best time to buy crypto. It is a very, very healthy period, I would say. But your game is 5 years from now. Your game is 5 years from now. You're going to be building up your position 5 years from now. You're not going to get rich unless you are really a high stakes gambler. You caught something very quickly and you still have 10x in your bank account to throw. But if you're an average person who's pushing a normal salary, the likelihood of you getting extremely rich right now is very, very low. So be smart. Don't do some dumb moves and only to get yourself caught and in debt, and literally you're gonna spend the next few years paying for it. Please don't. Okay? So now the next thing, curve, right? I'm just showing charts, right, to show you all that this is it. And of course, a lot of people are saying, "Oh wow, look at the potential price difference that this could continue to still go up." Yes, no, totally, right? If things continue to trend up the way they are, it will continue to push. Okay, it will continue to push upwards without very, very strong fundamentals. It's just money pouring into the space. That's all. That's all it is, guys. Money is pouring into the space. So fundamentally, I'm not saying that these platforms are poor. They are not showing. People are loving the whole DeFi platforms. People are loving it. People are using it. But it's all for speculation, guys. You're just entering one token, hoping that that token will go up in value, right? And that token could go up in value, of course, for multiple number of reasons. For staking, voting rights, whatever that can make you more money or earn you more tokens, and you're only hoping that the value of those tokens, when you are getting the rewards, continue to hold their value. That's all when you are staking, right? It may seem very attractive from a percentage standpoint, but you're getting more of that token. Take note, when you're staking means that you're like putting it as a fixed deposit. Okay, let me just use this interchangeably. When you're staking, it's like a fixed deposit. The moment you start earning an interest, and usually token interest is very high because they have a very high distribution, because a lot of the tokens are pre-mined. So what it means is that they created billions, sometimes billions of tokens to hundreds of millions of tokens, and they want to distribute it to the community that has bought and has held a X amount, right? So for example, Ethereum is the 32 minimum 32 Ethereum to create an Ethereum node, right? For example, so the moment you have 32 Ethereum, you are able to start staking and earning a percentage for mining on the proof of stake network. The moment you start earning this Ethereum, of course, suddenly you have more Ethereum, right? And then from then you either sell it off at the current market prices just to bring down your capital exposure, or you keep adding on and you build more nodes. That's what people are all planning to do. Okay, this is the strategy. Like the more you earn in Ethereum, you build more nodes. It's like buying houses, for rental. You buy one home, you rent it out, you get a positive cash flow. From there, you go and take another loan, you buy another property, you rent that out, so on and so forth. That's how it's that's what's happening. But the moment, right, the price of Ethereum goes down, and if you were leveraged from the very beginning, that means you had to borrow to buy the Ethereum, right, to even own the current amount of Ethereum. What happens then? How are you going to keep up with the payment? Correct? And if let's say, for example, right, you don't have the cash flow to maintain your liabilities, what's going to happen then? So all these things have to come into play, guys. You really have to think 5 steps ahead before you embark on this journey. You really need to think 5 steps ahead. Okay, so what I see right now is that yes, the DeFi space did heat up. We picked that here at CG. We picked that segment correctly. It really kicked off very, very well for us. Now, what are we doing with all the money positions? We're actually gradually just pulling out our cap. We have already pulled out our capital, and what we're doing is that whatever profits that we're making, right, we are getting the group to gradually move that money out first, because we do anticipate a pullback. We are working towards, no matter how high BTC goes, we are working towards a pullback, because the members that are coming in now are members that are very late to the current party. They may not be late to the altcoin party, okay? But they are late to what Bitcoin could potentially be doing in the next few months or even the next few weeks. That part, extremely late. Because the moment that tanks, the whole party is over already. Like over in an instant. So what I'm trying to do is gradually help them to manage, or at least manage their expectation of how much to place into the market. That's the only thing that we can guide them, right? And you control your trade position size, as they say. So this is something that you would probably want to do for yourself. Like, depending on where you are at this standpoint, you should know what to do by now. Especially if you're someone who is from 2017. Some of you are mentioning that you are in and watching my channel since 2017. You should know what to do. I shouldn't need to remind you, right? What to do, you know? And yeah, could there be more further upside? Definitely there can be further upside. But when is the market going to pull back? Nobody can tell you. Everybody loves the predictions, but I don't do predictions because it's very, very difficult to predict an irrational market. Right now, the market, to me, is not very rational. People are saying that, okay, Bitcoin, Ethereum is so suppressed. It's about time that it starts to catch up with BTC. You know, I should load all up into Ethereum. Yes, I did mention that we should be building and accumulating Ethereum, but we need to do it in a strategic manner and taking a very long-term approach. Not load up all your capital in the first 2 days, and then after that, when Ethereum does make a correction, you would be very discouraged and not follow through with your plan. You know? And I want you to follow through with your plan because yes, building up Ethereum is my core goal here, right? But it doesn't mean that I won't be taking profit from it when I need to. You know what I'm saying? So these are things that you want to consider. There are many, many options. There are many, many different strategies to incorporate while building a position in the current market environment. And it takes a certain level of experience for you to get there. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. You know, I think at the moment, markets are looking very healthy, but always be cautious. Take money off the table, guys. All right. So anyway, stay safe, enjoy the weekend, and see you in the next live stream.